Do not listen to what the people are saying. LA is not a fucking war zone right now. I am in the heart of the protest right now. And things have been so peaceful ever since we moved away from the police officers. There was about 2 hours straight of the police officers shooting down from the rooftops of buildings like these. Anyone who's saying that these protests are violent is not here. They are not here.
Thank you, thank you. Great to be here in my own bedroom. The intro was brought to you by a reel I found today by inoff.co. In one corner, we have California elected Governor Gavin Newsom, and in the other, the infamous, the notorious Donald Trump. Now, this episode could have very well been about certain Twitter flame war between two certain old flames. But by the time I'm talking about this, that's old news. I'm here to talk about the LA riots and the blatant misuse of authority and power. Starting last week, there were protests in LA against ICE raids, which have made recent track record for rescinding legal visas, accusing people and families of crimes they did not commit, and in at least 7 known cases, legal citizens were deported, even showing proof of their citizenship while being detained. And the Trump administration, working to abolish birthright citizenship, which is more or less literally how any of us are considered citizens, which would effectively, under certain interpretations, and which party uses faulty interpretations of the law, make it so ICE could deport anyone that they want. How wonderful, your racist uncle might say. More power to Trump means a greater America. My brother in Christ, who would absolutely struggle to forgive your treatment of fellow humans, do you have no concern for what he could do with unchecked power? Hell, his big, beautiful bill that is served to you as a cost saver by cutting social programs like Medicaid is going to cost the U.S. billions and trillions in tax cuts and spendings. We don't need another round of tax cuts for the rich. As the current plan sits, they are well incentivized to grow their wealth unchecked forever. And just as Trump does, he used a faulty interpretation of the law to quell the rebellion that was mostly peaceful until Saturday when he decided to send 2,000 National Guard soldiers into LA, which, according to Gavin Newsom in this tweet, with photo evidence, have no food, no fuel, or water source, and thanks to the Third Amendment, there is no place to sleep. According to Gavin, the protests were peaceful until someone decided to poke the bear. Gavin Newsom and party have sued the Trump administration for deploying their National Guard without consulting them about it. In retaliation, Trump says that if he could get his way, he would arrest Gavin Newsom. When pressed further, he says the crime he committed was simply running for mayor. Now a brief word from our sponsor, Waymo. With Waymo, you can get chauffeured around downtown LA by your personal self-driving assistant. Oh, actually, it seems they're no longer servicing downtown LA because people keep calling us and then lighting their cars on fire. Gavin Newsom chalks this up to anarchists taking advantage of the out-of-control riots. Now, growing up, I was taught a rule rather frequently, not by my parents but by my peers, that if you're going to be punished for a crime you didn't commit, you might as well commit it anyway. You assume I cheated on the math test? Next time I'll just cheat. The outcomes are the same, why bother behaving? So let me ask you, what happens when a bunch of angry Americans get punished as if they are insurrectionists? You have, by proxy, given them permission to reach that level with no change in treatment. So why bother falling short of that mark? Well, I'll give you one answer. Despite millions of dollars in damage, the death count may only be as high as one person, because a certain kind of people actually have some goddamn morals. However, giving non-lethal force to the forces suppressing the riots have led to sadistic fucks like this guy actively not showing ID when asked to provide, something he must do, and shooting people point blank in the groin.
What's your badge number?
I'm giving you warning.
No, warning about what? I'm asking you a question. What's gonna hurt? What's gonna hurt?
There's 40 millimeters.
Why are you gonna shoot a fucking 40 millimeter to someone 3 feet away who's asking your badge number? What am I doing? Huh? 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 Go ahead. What is it? I'm behind glass. What is your name and badge number? You work for us, bitch. What is your badge number? What is your name and serial number? I'm behind glass. What is your badge number? What is your name and serial number? Why'd you rip the name off your helmet? One more time. What's your badge number? All right. Hey, yeah, I'm not going anywhere. What's your badge number?
That's okay. I'm gonna pop you right now because you're taking up my focus.
When you shoot rubber bullets, you're supposed to ricochet them off the ground at a safe distance in order to protect people. This guy got doxxed like immediately, and I'm going to blur some of this, but I really want you to see this guy's pay. 145 grand per year is his annual salary. An amount that would be life-changing for anyone, and this pig is earning his wage by torturing protesters. And if that wasn't clear enough, watch the cop on the far left of this clip.
Rubber bullets at protesters, moving them on through the heart of LA.
He gave himself time to think about it for a second. That Australian news reporter had no protective equipment and was in plain sight. This is a terrible situation, made far worse by the fact that Trump has gone beyond the National Guard to summon the U.S. Marines. The Marines are groundbreakers. They're supposed to fight battles overseas. They should never be deployed on home soil, and yet here they are, about 700 of them. Veterans are speaking out, protesting the misuse of the armed forces, and taking down the American flags that previously hung proudly in front of their homes. Oh, and also, here's a clip of the LAPD destroying their own car.